Huh? There we go. Yeah. All right. Hey, we got it right this time. Sorry. Um, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to Second Street. It's new comic book week, right? It's a new week. Sorry, I got a little flustered. It's a new week, and you know what that means. It's a new week for comic books, and we're going to go over some of the comic books that I have to pull for the week. There's not a whole lot. I'm lying. There's a whole lot of comic books coming out this week. A whole bunch of great ones. Let me know down in the comments below if there's any comic books that you're picking up this week. And let me know, how was your weekend? How is everything going for you? I hope you're all doing very good today. I hope you had a great weekend. And I hope that you're all in good health. I hope that if depending on where you're at, hopefully you and all your loved ones are doing good in this time. I know it's winter time. Things are going a little bit crazy right now, with everybody getting sick and everything again going into this flu season. Hey, I hope you're all doing well, being safe out there in anything you're doing. If you're out there getting back to work, if your kids are going to school and any of those kinds of things, hope you're all doing well. Let's get into some of the comic books that I have for the week, and also let's talk about some WandaVision as well. I want to know, what is your hype level for WandaVision? Because I was sitting there thinking, just the other day, this is the last week of Mandalorian. There's no more Mandalorian after this, right? We're done. It's over. Done deal. Who's going to be talking? Okay. For maybe the next week or 2 weeks, going into Christmas, people might be talking about Mandalorian, speculation, things going on, getting ready to come out. The new Boba Fett series, the new Ranger series, all those series they've got getting ready to come up for Star Wars, right? But that's going to soon die out. You only got a couple weeks left till the end of the year. Then after that, you only got a couple weeks left till WandaVision. Oh man, I am telling you, that is going to be hype. That's I'm telling you, we're less than a month, we're a month away. We're a month away. We're a month away from having WandaVision. And then not only that, I was catching up with things, and I've finally seen that Falcon and Winter Soldier is coming up right after that. What is it, middle of March? Middle of March, that's coming out. 6-issue series. That's like a 6-issue movie series, which I think we all kind of expected that anyway. That's kind of the level of quality I'm expecting out of all of these shows in the first place. That's what I'm expecting out of all these shows in the first place. I'm expecting all of these things to be, hype level, the quality, you know how good The Mandalorian is, what they're doing over there with, they got their little studio. I can't remember what they call their little studio and all that stuff. I'm expecting it to be better than that, right? And the thing is, because I've said before, in The Mandalorian, you can see a lot of this stuff, how things are going, that you can tell there's a lot of times that they're shooting on a studio set, that they're not out, out in the world, out on practical locations. Where when you go look at the Avengers movies and stuff like that, there's a whole lot of that. They're shooting on green screen sets. And look at the quality they have. I'm telling you, it's a higher quality, and it's something I'm expecting out of these shows much more than I do out of The Mandalorian. And Mandalorian, I'm telling you, has been really good about it for the most part. There's just things that I notice, just being a nerd like myself. I'm sure my man Adam is here. He probably sees a lot of that stuff as well. But the thing is, I'm expecting a higher quality out of that, because that's pretty much what Kevin Feige has promised us this whole time. But let's get into some comic books. Let me know your hype level down there in the comments below, and let me know. One of the things I did this morning, I woke up this morning at 4 a.m. I woke up, got out of bed, and it wasn't too hard because I was kind of a little bit awake anyway. My son woke up, had to go use the restroom and everything. And anyway, so I woke up a little after, at 4 o'clock. Went out to the garage. I was ready to work out, but had to clean up the garage a little bit. But it didn't take very long. By 5 o'clock, I was ready, got out, everything set up, ready to do my workout out in the garage, because it's getting cold and windy out here. And there's a lot of things that I don't mind combining when it comes to my cycling and my riding, but cold and windy, dark, there's 3 elements right there. And I'm like, nah, I don't need to risk that right now. It's not important. So I got all my stuff set up and did a cardio workout out in the garage. Really great stuff. And here's the thing is, all the benefits, the health benefits of working out in the first place, right? You know the greatest benefit of working out in the morning before you go to work, before you go to school or anything like that? The best benefit. I mean, there's a whole bunch of benefits to working out first thing in the morning, but do you know what the best benefit is out of all of them? That you don't have to work out later in the day when you get off of school, when you're on lunch, whenever you do your workout. It's already done. You can go home and enjoy the rest of your night without having to worry about that workout. You got it in the morning. Maybe, if you're like me, you might do a second workout. And you don't have to, you've already done one. And that's something that's very important. But let's get into some comic books here in just a minute. But let's say what's up to everybody in the chat here. We got a bunch of great people here. We got Will Morgan in the house. My man Mike Porter. XR Coon, how are you doing? Yeah, I know. Man, it was muted. It was, yeah. One question we all want to know. How many both ends died? Both ends? What? Bothans? I don't know. Still muted. Yeah. Yeah. We got to figure it out. Adam, my man, what is up? Superior Hero Reviews, how are you doing? Stormy, my man, how are you doing? XR Coon says these next 3 years will be flooded with MCU, Star Wars, Boys, DC, and Invincible content, and Dune. Yeah, man, you know what? Like, there's a whole lot of stuff coming. MCU especially. Look, and Star Wars, they're getting ready to really ramp up. Boys, I'm not so hyped about. I don't really watch like TV shows, like the streaming shows, like the stuff that Disney Plus is doing. I'm into that because I'm really into those worlds. But the Boys, I'm not even like I tried to watch the first season. Like I'm not. It's just not. I'm not really into it. Even like you guys have heard me talk about that stuff. Like even the Netflix Marvel and stuff. The DC, I don't watch any of their. I mean, I watch their movies, but I haven't watched the shows. And Invincible, I'll probably try to check that one out too, see how it is. It's just like a lot of this stuff. I really feel, and that's the thing with everything dying. Speaking of Dune, and oh man, isn't that guy pissed off? The director who's directing that new Dune. What is that guy's name all of a sudden? Man, why all of a sudden did I forget his name? But that dude's pretty pissed at Warner Brothers. Like, he came out, he issued a statement, he wasn't very happy at all. Remember not too long ago how Christopher Nolan came out and said some stuff? Denis Villeneuve, he was pissed. I'm not sure if he's seen the level of piss height or the level of pissed off that he was at, but whoo boy, that dude wasn't happy. But yeah, I was gonna say that's the thing is like with like some of the DC stuff, like the stuff going on in these streaming services when it comes to like a Boys and some of these things, like just like I want movies. The quality is higher. They put more money in and all those kinds of things into it. Because one of the things that Denis Villeneuve pointed out is like it does kind of take back the quality because people, like it really is about that. Everything that goes on, like you won't get those kind of big budget quality things on streaming services, in shows. Maybe in movies that will put more money into them, but for the most part, the budgets are going to be cut, and that's okay because they could probably streamline things and do better quality work if they got the right things to deal with that. But the ultimate thing is like, just make some movies. Just make some movies, or at least get your show to be movie level quality. And even when I was watching The Boys, I'm kind of like, it could be a little bit better. It could be a little bit better. Hype is hype, but not as hype for Loki after that trailer. Yeah, the Loki trailer was fire, man. That Loki trailer, and there's so much stuff going on in that Loki trailer. Like, I'm sitting there looking at him like, I don't even know where to start. Especially, like, I'm telling you, that the little thing where they're going on the elevator. Yeah. Let's see. Stephen J is here. How are you doing? WandaVision, yeah, absolutely, man. I can't wait. Will Morgan says, I feel like Wanda is going to... is going to be deep and disturbing, but not action-packed. Yeah, and see, here's the thing: is like I've kind of noticed that with a lot of this next phase of this slate of films and everything that we're getting, did you notice it seems like most of these characters and like the theme of a lot of these shows has to do with like mental stability, identity, and things like that. I know, like, no, not like identity politics and stuff like that, but it's going to be dealing with a lot of disorders and things like that. Mental, just like that. We're dealing with Moon Knight. Look at what Wanda's going through. Look at what's going on in the Falcon and Winter Soldier show, right? Look at what's going on in Black Widow. Look at what's going on in Loki, because there's definitely something going. Like, it seems like a lot of these are kind of, I wouldn't say like a psychological thriller, but are really psychological type movies dealing with things in the mind, like people's head, people's thoughts, perceptions, things like that. I think that it seems like these next slate of films are really going into that, as well as power dynamics and the type of the people who are in the control of these things who are influencing these people. Because one thing we know definitely about the Black Widow series is that with the Red Room and what they're doing there with all those people, all the widows, the Red Widow or Black Widow program, is that they're using a lot of mind control techniques and everything, just like they did on Bucky. And it's something that I think is obviously going to play into Falcon and Winter Soldier. And we see what's going on in WandaVision. It seems like there's just a whole lot of those mental kind of things going on there. So it's going to be interesting to see. People aren't as hyped for WandaVision as they should be. I know. It's like, oh, hey, like Wanda, she's like probably, she's a mutant, and, something's probably going to be in there to reveal mutants. Like, I feel like I'm going crazy. Like, people like, oh, where's the X-Men? Where's the X-Men? Like, it's right there. It's right there. We've had it the whole time. Like, why aren't you hyped about this? Like, think, like, we got WandaVision coming up. You got WandaVision coming up. She's a mutant. We know she's a mutant. Is it going to be a reverse House of M here? Either way, we know that the whole mutant thing is going to come up. We know what's coming up in, what's getting ready to happen in Falcon and Winter Soldier, which we're looking at that point, we're obviously looking at Sokovia, we're looking at Madripoor, looking at things like that, because, you got Zemo in there. So there's a whole lot of things going on with that. And it's very interesting, like, nobody's like, hey, WandaVision, mutants, so, hey, like, how hard would it be for them, right? How hard would it be for them, but Kevin Feige said we're not getting X-Men for 5 years. X-Men for 5 years, right? Victoria Alonso even said herself, such an outdated term. It's mutants. But the point being is, absolutely, this is where it's coming at. Like, we've talked about this. None of these shows are going to be, we haven't even got to comic books yet, man. Oh, man. Story says, and then Loki after that, followed by What If, Ms. Marvel, and Hawkeye, back to back. 2021 going to be a good year. Yeah, to be a Marvel fan, absolutely. They look like movies Kevin Feige showed up. Yes, he did. Yes, they do look. And that's the thing, is like, I'm expecting a higher quality than we're getting out of Mandalorian. And Mandalorian's high quality. I mean, and that's the thing, when I say that, like, I'm not saying that Mandalorian is trash. There's just things that I notice about it. I'm like, just little things here and there that I nitpick. And I'm like, I think they'll bring it up more. Marvelous. Yeah, 2020 Marvelous, 2021 Marvelous. Yeah. Lifting the pie from the fridge doesn't count as a second workout. Oh, dang it. What about 12-ounce curls? Apparently Disney Plus is doing one major thing at a time, unlike Netflix. Mandalorian, Pixar movie for a few weeks, then WandaVision, plus all the holidays are over by mid-January. Yeah, absolutely. Watch The Boys, damn it. Random question, who are your favorite villains for each Avenger? I wouldn't know, to be honest, I'm not really a big Iron Man fan in the first place, so as far as his enemy, I don't know. Again, because I don't really read a whole lot of his things. I think the cool thing would be to see more Ultron. Just because the thought of Ultron having control and being able to get control of his army and all of that stuff because of all his tech. I think Ultron is could be a perfect villain for Iron Man and all this, because they'd be constantly going back and forth with tech type of stuff, because but and then Thor, obviously I don't know, his brother is obviously a villain, but then like look at what just happened in the comics with Galactus. Like, dude, I would love to see something like that play out on screen. Let's see, there are 2 unannounced animated and 3 unannounced live action shows. Yeah, Star Wars projects, yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Denny okay, yeah, XR Coon got it. And Stephen J, thank you so much for being here. It's been a while since I've seen you, man. Hope all is well. It's okay if my Chewbacca mask isn't movie quality. Alright. Oh, man. Who else wants to go to that smiley face floor universe? I know, dude. What does that smiley face have to do with? I was trying to figure. I was wondering, like, what does that smiley face have to do with? Who is that? Who does that signify? I don't know. He says, I mean, you can't really deal with superheroes without addressing identity. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Certified Gumbo, what is up? How are you all doing, guys? If you guys haven't checked out Certified Gumbo, I know a lot of you guys in here are Nerdvengers. Go check out I dropped a link of their stuff in the Nerdvengers Discord the other day. He gets together. He does some great work over there, man. Getting together, doing some streams, gets his homies together and they kick it, man. Good stuff. Mike Porter says, I'm happily married, don't tell Miss Porter, but I'm in love with Kevin Feige. Yeah, absolutely. Two Gun Pedro, pew pew, what is up, my brother? How are you doing? Okay, so let's go ahead and get into some comic books that I have coming up for the week. Here is what we are looking at. Now, the first one, I don't have a picture here to show you. We've got the DC Dark Knight's Death Metal issue number 6. I'll be checking that one out, reading it. There's only one issue left after that, but I think there's a couple of tie-ins here getting ready to go into the new year, and then that series is done along with DC, so that'll be it for me on all my DC books. But then let's go ahead and get right into the other books that I have for the week. Coming up, some of the books that I'm going to be reading on Marvel this week, like some of these I'm just going to read and do some reviews on and let you guys know my thoughts, where I'm probably won't be putting these on my pull list. Black Cat issue number 1, a series that I really enjoy, was really enjoying actually. And I went back and I was looking at this. They canceled the Black Cat and they're bringing it back. They're bringing it back in a new series. They just ended it on issue number 12. Just ended it, and then they're bringing it back with a new number 1. Now, I know a lot of people criticize Marvel for everything that they do with their comic books, all these new number 1s and all that stuff. And I gotta say, in this case, I really agree. The series was just fine. You got the same team, the same art team and everything. As far as I know, the last I looked, it was like the same art team and everything on this book as the last Black Cat series. You just got a new number 1. And here's the thing. You got this new number 1, and in issue, I think it's issue number 2, it's all of a sudden, same thing as everything else, is tying into the King in Black. You could have just continued on with the series. Why didn't you just continue on? Gonna read and review this. I'm not into it, not buying it. If it's good enough, I'll probably buy the trade. But, no, I'm not buying this. You could have just kept on the Black Cat series that was already going on. I could, I could be at issue number 15 or 16 by now. But no, you didn't. Moving on, we've got Captain America issue number 26. I'm going to read this and see how it is. I'll tell you, I'm done with Captain America 2. I stopped at issue number 25. Not really, it's just, The art in the book is so inconsistent. Just as far as like the artists and everything, it's just like they haven't really like the first, I think, 2 volumes, like the first like 10 issues when they came out, really good stuff. And then after that, it just seemed kind of like drug on. The quality of this book went down. But the quality of those covers is still way up there. Those Alex Ross covers are beautiful. The reason I want to read and check this one out is because look at that cover, right? Red Hulk, Captain America. And it makes me wonder, with everything getting ready to go on, I don't know. Because there are things happening in this current Captain America series that makes me wonder, like, could any of this be something that maybe they were looking at and wanted to use for some storylines here? Because there's some stuff going on right now that's very interesting in this book. Not with anything like, not any like big things, but just stuff that makes me think. The next one we've got is New Mutants issue number 14. I'm gonna check this one out, see how this is. I believe New Mutants. It's got a new writer on this series now. Veedo is writing this series. Rod Reese still doing the art. I'm not sure. New Mutants is one that's kind of been off and on. I'll probably continue to read this one and check it out. Bring some reviews on it because I like magic. Magic is badass. I like magic. Is it just me? Is it just me that likes Ileana? Is it only me that likes Ileana? I don't know. Really good stuff. Is it quiet? Is that a little bit better? Oh. Why don't, hey, how come nobody ever says anything? How come nobody ever says anything? You know what it is? It's because I was using... No, I can't tell you guys that. I can't tell you that. Alright. There we go. That's probably a little bit better. That's probably a little bit better. Oh, man. Great. Okay. Alright. Alright. Better? Let me know. Let me know if that's better. Let me know if that's better for you. So yeah, I'll be checking out New Mutants. Interested to see where this Dawn of X is going. I've kind of enjoyed what's going on in the Hickman X-Men era. Enjoyed that. Savage Avengers issue number 16, another series I'm not pulling anymore, but I will read and review this one because I've enjoyed this series. This series is actually pretty good. Jerry Dugan continuing to do a pretty good job writing Savage Avengers. Love what's going on there. And look, who's on there? Ileana Rasputin. That's right, Magic is in there. King in Black, Symbiote Spider-Man. I'll probably read this one and review it. Issue number 1 came out, and guys, you know, like, again, I like this series. Peter David, Greg Land, been doing a good. Who else? I got Jay Lisson and Frank D'Armata doing this series. Same team they've had for 2 series now. They had Symbiote Spider-Man and Symbiote Spider-Man Alien Reality. Both great series. This one actually started off, looked like it was really good in issue number 1. But again, it's tying into King in Black, and I could care less about King in Black. But I'm going to read this, check it out, see how it is. Because I've enjoyed that series. Taskmaster issue number 2, again, another series. Like, issue number 1 was, I only really enjoyed it because it was Natasha Romanoff coming after Taskmaster. But Taskmaster is like, he's a joke. Like, he's a joke in this. You know, like, he's a MCU Justin Hammer. Right? Like, that's not what I want Taskmaster to be. I thought Taskmaster's a badass. In this book, in this comic, in issue number 1, they made him look like not a badass. They made him look like another B word. Wolverine, Black, White, and Blood, issue number 2. Again, another series not looking forward to. I'll check this one out, see how it is. I can't imagine that this book is going to be any good. I'm not really into this whole anthology thing that they do with a lot of these books, and the quality of stories they do, it's not very good. They put like 4 stories, like 3 or 4 stories in these, and they're not very much bigger than a normal comic book. They might get to, 24 pages, but then like each story, you get like 5 pages, if that. It's really not that great. Like, I need a story, not not clickbait. Just not into it, but we'll read it and see if it's better than the first issue was. X-Force, issue number 16, one of my favorite series going on in the Dawn of X. I really enjoy this one. Benjamin Percy doing a great job writing this. Benjamin Percy is just a good writer altogether, all of the stuff that I've read out of his work. I believe that does it for my Marvel. Moving into Aftershock Comics, we got Miskatonic, issue number 2. I thought issue number 1 was pretty good. It's a horror comic book, but the thing that's interesting here is like, you could see like in the art, it's kind of like taking place in like the 20s, 30s maybe, and the world is really crazy. Something, I don't know. It's something that's really like, it's a very Aftershock Comics kind of book. I really enjoy the work that they do over there at Aftershock Comics. After that, we've got We Live, issue number 3. This is a very good one. I can't wait to get into this one. This is one where like the world's it's a post-apocalyptic world. Robots are running the world. All kind of like life itself is like evolutionized. Like these animals are like crazy stuff going on here. But there's these alien people that sent down these pods, and they're gonna take kids. They're gonna take these kids out into space and start a new to continue on the human race, because the Earth is getting ready to face another devastating event to which nobody's going to survive. So they're being told. Then moving into AWA Upshot, we got American Ronin issue number 3. I've quite enjoyed this one. Something very different here with these assassins and how they go about tracking and assassinating the people, their targets. Very interesting stuff here, because they're using like their DNA. And like one of them, you see the guy uses somebody else's DNA and injects it. Puts it through a process and injects it into themselves so they can get to know who it is that they're dealing with, get inside their head and get to know who they are, so they can play mind games with them and track them. And really, really crazy stuff. I thought it was very, very good. The next one we've got is on Behemoth Comics. That's Hotline Miami Wildlife, issue number 4. I'm telling you, this series is great. The quality of the books being put out by Behemoth is nice too. It's like cardstock cover. The interior pages are nice and thick. The art was good. I like the style of storytelling in here, because there's a lot of art and there's not a whole lot of reading. There's just enough reading, and it's kind of a page turner in a great way. I read each one. I get done and it's really great. Moving into Boom Studios, we got Once and Future issue number 14. Again, another great series written by Kieran Gillen, art by Dan Mora, and colored by Tamara Bonvillain, with letters by Ed Dukeshire. I'm telling you, this is one of the series I really enjoy. It's one of the ones I keep wanting to take off my pull list, because it keeps going on and on and on and on. And I'm like, you know what? I need to put an end to some of these. Can some of them just be mini series? But they keep going on. They keep doing a good job, and I can't stop pulling this one. It's just a good book. Then this is another one on Dynamite Comics. Like, I still haven't read any of these books, but look at that Joseph Michael Linzer cover. Look at that. That's freaking beautiful. That's beautiful. Like, and he does other covers. Like, he's done some for Red Sonja. He's done some for Vampirella. He's done some different ones. But there's something about the Deja Thoris ones when he does them. They're just, I love it. I love it. Moving into Dark Horse Comics here. This is Cyberpunk 2077, issue number 4 of 4. Cullen Bunn killing it with this book. I can't wait to read this one. This one I'm absolutely hyped for. Moving on, this is on, Floating World Comics, Night Hunters. I should be getting this one in. I had it on my pull list. I believe this was supposed to come out a while ago. It's like a cyberpunk kind of book, and you know me, I'm all about that cyberpunk. Moving into Image Comics, we got Bomb Queen issue number 4 of 4. Jimmy Robinson coming in, and Bomb Queen was wrong. Bomb Queen was wrong. Trump didn't win. This book, very, very, very funny, silly comic book about this kind of crude super heroine. Yeah, funny, just funny book. Also, on Image Comics, on their Skybound label is Stillwater issue number 4, another good series being written by Chip Zdarsky. Like, the first 2 issues I thought were pretty good, but then issue number 3 came in and really brought it home for me and really made me enjoy this series. Then moving on into Red 5 Comics, on their Stonebot label is Machine Girl and the Space Invaders issue number 2. This is a new series. They did have Machine Girl that came out last year, 4-issue miniseries. I thought it was pretty good. I don't know. Again, cyberpunk kind of stuff. It's somewhat like Alita Battle Angel too, a little bit. Very good stuff. I've enjoyed this book as well. And then moving into Titan Comics, we've got Blade Runner 2029, issue number 1, a new series continuing on the story of Blade Runner 2019, which just ended, I think, was it last month? Very good series, and I am getting the Sid Mead variant. He is the artist who passed away last year, around, I want to say maybe around this time, about 13 months ago, and he did all the concept art for the original Blade Runner movie, and this is some of it. And then moving into Vault Comics, one of my favorites. I already did a review of this, issue number 6 of Resonant is getting ready to hit comic book shop shelves this week, and I can't wait to get this in print and have it in my hands because the quality of the books they put out at Vault, I just love it. It's really good. The paper, the weight, the way they smell. Love those Vault comics, right? And that brings me to the next one, another one of my favorite series on Vault Comics, and that is Sarah and the Royal Stars, issue number 10. It pains me to see this series coming to an end because I absolutely love this series. There's only one issue in this series where it kind of went to a point where I'm kind of like, it probably didn't, it probably didn't have it, but it was all good. It was still good. It was still good, but just like, okay, because it's got a female-led, it's a female-led book. It's cool, but like, like everything's going on. Everything's all good, but like this one issue, like, then all of a sudden we get introduced to her aunt who we didn't hear anything about and everything. And like all like she's like some big like Thor looking chick. Like she's like, why didn't this chick, why didn't Sarah's aunt get picked to be the to be Lady Thor instead of Jane Foster? Because like she's like a mountain. She's all big and just like just everything that happened in that one issue is just like, like one of those characters come in and out, and you just like, all right. I mean, I get that it's a lot of, there's, it's a female, but like that seemed a little, they could have brought in anybody. They could have brought in another one of the stars or Royal Stars. They could have brought in anybody. Like, it just seemed a little odd. Like, it was just, and like the course of the story is kind of like, it was just out of place for the whole series altogether. It seemed very out of place. But other than that, I freaking love this series. Love this series. The art in this book is absolutely beautiful. Audrey Mock doing a good job in it. I believe it's Raul Angulo doing the colors in here. Beautiful, beautiful stuff. And then, of course, the hardworking Jim Campbell doing the letters. But anyway, yeah, that's all I've got for my comic book pull list this week. But yeah, that's all I've got. Let me know down in the comments below if you're getting any comic books this week, and what of these books would you like me to do some more in-depth reviews on here on the channel. Let's get back into the live chats and see what you all are saying. I see, I see we got Ray Hall in here. We also got, my man, ReeferMan Reviews. What is up? How are you doing? WandaVision is Doctor Strange 2.5. Well, wouldn't it be 1.5? Wouldn't it be more like 1.5? Falcon Winter Soldier equals Cap 4. Loki equals Thor 3.5. What's W.I.? What's W.I.? I know I'm forgetting something. Armor Wars equals Iron Man 4. Steven J says, I do think that the sheer success of the MCU movies, especially the last two Avengers movie, they have a much bigger budget for Marvel compared to Star Wars, and thank you. My hype has been recharged. I know, absolutely, absolutely. Yeah, and that's true. I do think that Marvel Studios does have the bigger budget for that, and given the fact that what ILM has, what they've been doing, with their technology, by the time they combine the two, because they got all the toys, and maybe they don't have access to maybe they don't, because they're doing their Star Wars content. They might not have access to all those same toys and necessarily the same technology to utilize for that. But MCU has been doing it. So, I mean, they're good. They're good there. Absolutely. So Coon says, I go Mandarin or Ghost for Iron Man. Mandarin or Ghost? Yeah, and Ghost would, you like Ghost from like from Ant-Man and Wasp, right? When are they gonna bring her back? Anyway, when are they gonna bring her back? Taskmaster for Cap, yeah. The leader for Ross, Carl Krill, or UFOs for Hulk. Other characters don't matter. Yeah. ReeferMan says, what's up? Mike Porter says, in the Loki trailer, was that Lady Loki or Black Widow stuck in the Soul Stone? I think in the background is a purple, not orange, probably Lady Loki. Yeah, I think, like, if it's not Lady Loki, it's definitely not Black Widow. It's definitely not Black Widow. For one, like, the body shape was totally not Black Widow, and the haircut, it's definitely one of the other characters in here. Is it Lady Loki? It could be. I think it very much could be. But here's the thing. Like, everybody keeps talking about Lady Loki. And I'm like, what? Like, but what is Lady Loki if not the Enchantress? Right? How come I don't, like, is it just me? Am I taking crazy pills? Like, what is Lady Loki if not the Enchantress? I'm not saying that they're the same. But what is it? Right? Like, how come nobody's talking about... How come nobody's talking about Enchantress? Like, and here's the thing with Enchantress, because she can set spells and rewind time. I seen it. I seen it in the comic. Especially in this one comic I've talked a lot about, which I swear they left an Easter egg of in Avengers Endgame, where they referenced Immortus in a scene with Scott Lang. And we know that Kang is going to be in the next Ant-Man movie. And yeah. Whew, man. Whew. But yeah, definitely not Black Widow, but that's what I'm thinking. I don't even think it's Lady Loki. I'm thinking it's the Enchantress. And I don't know why nobody, why not? Why not the Enchantress? You know? Why not? But yeah. Because, I mean, you gotta think, she's out to cause as much mischief as him. And plus, you bring her in, she was part of the original Masters of Evil with Zemo. Right? And Scourge! Are they bringing back Scourge? Are they gonna bring back Scourge? They need to bring back Scourge. Running behind on my Monday morning videos, dang it. Yeah, it's all good. I love how they got Polybus Machine and DB Cooper in the Loki trailer. Yeah, that's crazy. Where they're going through and doing that with like a lot of those things that we think like those unsolved mysteries, if you will. Right? Very cool stuff, definitely. Scene looks like the same location as the other scene with the craters and the heavy equipment and the debris raining down. I'm not sure it's the Soul Stone related. Yeah, no, I mean, you know, it kind of reminded me of... why can't I think of it? The Trash Planet. Gah! Why can't I think of the Trash Planet? You know what I'm talking about. It kind of reminded me of that. Where the... Why am I thinking the... Dude, like... Alright. Anyway. But it reminded me of that. It really reminded me of that. Will Gentry, how are you doing? It says, Trinity, you're ridiculously quiet. Oh, okay, yeah. I think I took care of that. Who else realized they were saying... you mean Shang-Chi? Shang-Chi? Ray Hall, thank you so much for being here. I hope all is well. How's it going playing Ezra? Oh man, Boozehound? Boozehound. Trash doesn't start with B. Trash? That doesn't start with B. I must be missing something. I'm behind. I'm a little behind. Here on the chat. Yeah, there we go. Okay, there we go. It skipped on me. Sorry. Shang-Chi. Taskmaster's one of my favorite Marvel characters. Yeah, Taskmaster's cool, man. They better do him some justice. I'm hyped for Loki as hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah. Chong-Cheech. Chong-Cheech. Oh, man, that's funny. Yeah. Chong-Cheech. What about... Oh, he went with the Trash Avatar movie. And pronounce... Oh, Aang pronunciation. Yeah, okay, I gotcha. Everyone leaning on Patch cameo in Falcon and Winter Soldier. Anyone? I mean, why not? Why not? Why wouldn't Patch be there? We're in Madripoor. You got Zemo there. With my boy Falcon and Winter Soldier. And I'm telling you, Falcon was fire, was it not? Oh, man. Gonna hate read Ms. Marvel. I don't expect it to sync properly with Outlawed. Oh yeah, absolutely not. Chillmonger, what is up, my man? Chillmonger, man, I need to get back with you again. Wednesday. Let's see if we can do Wednesday. Wednesday, my brother. Wednesday. Gonna hate read Ms. Marvel. That's funny. Oh man, guys, go subscribe to Chillmonger's channel, man. It's freaking great. He's a great dude. Trina, who's your favorite Marvel female superhero? That would be Black Widow. Does that count, considering she's not a superhero, but she's super kick-ass? I would say that's probably who it is out of all of them. It's definitely Black Widow. I consider her a superhero. Nerdy Blurb TV, my man, what is up, my brother? How are you doing? That beard game is strong with it. Yeah, that's just a starter kit goatee. Also, that's just starter kit. Just a starter kit. It's part of my weight loss program. Bruce and Stephanie Comics, how are you doing this morning? What is up? I hope you're all doing well. I want to see Loki Gender Identity Crisis, the movie. Oh, yeah, that's funny. Low key, a lady. Oh, you guys are being bad. You guys are being bad. Rated is Richard E. Grant not playing Kang. Well, we know that Jonathan Majors is playing Kang. We know for a fact. They announced that he's playing Kang the Conqueror. But he's playing Kang the Conqueror in the Ant-Man movie, right? We still don't know who Richard E. Grant is playing. I honestly don't think it's Kang. I don't think it's Loki neither. I don't think he's playing an older version of Loki. But then who is he playing? That's the big thing. Is he in charge of? I don't know. I don't know who he would be playing. And that's, maybe he's playing Dr. Rice, right? They're bringing everybody else back. Hey, Hugh Jackman's coming back, right? Why not Dr. Rice? For the record, Enchantress showed up in S.H.I.E.L.D. Did she show up in S.H.I.E.L.D.? What, in like the last season? I don't remember the Enchantress in S.H.I.E.L.D. When was she in S.H.I.E.L.D.? What season was that? It's been a while since I watched all those when they were coming out, and I haven't really watched them since. So, Sakaar, yeah. See, that's why I need Chillmonger here on the show. This dude knows his shit. He'd be like, "Oh, you're talking about Sakaar? Sorry, chill. Get it? Chill." Yeah, he knows. Steven, it's 2020. I'ma stop. What? Oh, weird. Let's see. Sakaar is the sun. Chill. Scar is the. Oh yeah. What's up? I am True Skills. How are you doing? The den is live. Okay, it's about that time. Yeah. Maybe Richard E. Grant is playing classic Loki. He could be. I mean, maybe he's playing older Loki. I just don't think so. He seems like too big of a name to bring on. He also seems like too big of a name to bring on for maybe just a small cameo role in this show. He seems like somebody who's going to play a part in a movie going forward. A big part in a movie going forward, definitely. Favorite female hero, Shuri, Okoye, and Yo-Yo from Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Yeah, Yo-Yo was pretty badass. I liked Yo-Yo. I did like Yo-Yo. I like the first season guest starring Lady Sif, Enchantress. Lady Sif, Enchantress, and a busted executioner. Oh, okay. I'll have to go back and check that. I have to go back and check that out because I remember when Lady Sif was on there. And speaking of which, a scene wasn't there reports that Jamie Alexander is actually coming back for Thor: Love and Thunder? I'm pretty sure I read that somewhere, and I'm pretty sure it was from a source that was like, I think it was from one of the trades. I could be wrong there. It might have been one of the clickbaiters. Okay, but I'll have to check that out. Do you think MCU will adapt Hickman's X-Men? I want to say no. And the only reason I want to say no is because I think Hickman's X-Men... Hickman's X-Men's story is a story that, in the end, it doesn't even matter. See what I did there? It's not gonna matter by the time it's done with, because what Hickman's X-Men is doing is it's doing this thing where it's giving us a lot of past lives of Moira X. And then, like, in this last, like, she's living through this life and everything that's going on right now in their comic books. What's going to happen is at the end, she's going to die. She's going to die, and she's going to reset back to her original life, and we're going to start in the regular 616 timeline like we've always had. So it's essentially like an Elseworlds story where it's not going to matter at the end, because they're going to drop her right back where she was, and she's never going to have been a mutant or anything like that. But I think it could be a way where they explain where mutants have been the whole time. I think it could be a way that they could explain where the mutants have been the whole time, in the sense that maybe they were here, and then mutants obviously knew and seen that they weren't going to be welcomed by humans, or war, just all that kind of stuff. So then they secluded themselves on an island. I think it's possible. I just don't know that there's really. I just don't think that and also because what's going on with Hickman's X-Men right now is not. It's a different thing, because like what they're doing right now in the Hickman's X-Men thing is like, it's not necessarily humans against mutants. I mean, they're fighting each other still, and it still seems like that's the battle. The ultimate enemy in what's going on in Hickman's X-Men is technology. Right now, and so I mean, I think it could be a way, but I just don't see. I just don't see it happening. It would be cool though. It would be cool. It would be cool. Sif is back, so dope. I know. Yeah. Too soon for Dawn of X. It hasn't even wrapped. Yeah. Do you think? Who do you think the new Avengers will be? We're seeing them be assembled. Already. We've got, well, are you talking about the new Avengers or the young Avengers? Who do you think? It's hard to say. Like, with like the different teams that they've had and everything. Obviously, we got Tony's gone. We've got everybody kind of splitting up. We've got young Avengers being set up. Some of the older Avengers they're getting older. I mean, is Thor going to continue to be around for another 10 years? I'm sure Chris Hemsworth wouldn't be against that. But it's really hard to say. MCU X-Men lineup. I think that they will probably go with the original lineup. Maybe minus a character. Maybe they'll put somebody else different in there. But yeah, I mean, I think they're definitely why wouldn't they have Archangel? Why would they have Beast, Scott, and Jean, right? I don't think Wolverine's going to be there. Part of the original X-Men team. But I'm not saying that he's not going to be one of the first ones that they introduce, neither, that they start sneaking in there. I think he is. Speaking of which, I wanted to put this back out there in the world. Is there anybody else here that thinks that Daniel Radcliffe could be our Wolverine? I remember a while back, he was actually joking about it. He made a joke about it on this thing for, it was some little thing, you can find it here on YouTube. He made a joke about it, and then later he came out on a TV show, and he said, like, everything that happened when he answered this question, they asked him if he was the next Wolverine, it seemed like he was joking. Everything seemed like he was joking. It wasn't like, it seemed very jokey. But then later he comes on this TV show, and, because he said, he was telling this anecdote about when he got to his next shoot after that. They were like, "Oh, you're going to be the next Wolverine. Oh, congratulations." And he's like, "What? No." He's like, "No, that was a joke. Like, it was just, like, it was, And he says, "No, and he basically said, "No, I'm not, like, it was a joke that I said that." And he said, "But wouldn't that be," he's like, "That would be great, though. I mean, but because that's not how it works. You don't just dream these things up. You don't just say that you want to be this role and get cast in these roles. is what he said on the show. And at this point, I kind of feel like, isn't it? Isn't that how these people get these roles? And then he comes out and denies it? Isn't denial the exact same thing that all these people recently that have been cast have done? Have you seen Daniel Radcliffe lately? Have you seen this dude? Go look at the most recent picture that you can find of Daniel Radcliffe and look at this dude. He's a good looking dude. And he looks like he takes care of himself. He's got that jawline. He's got the build. I'm telling you, put 20 pounds, you probably don't even have to put 20 pounds of muscle on this dude. You just get him on that Marvel diet, get him working out with Wolverine. Hugh Jackman? I'm telling you, bro. Is it possible? What's he doing? I went and looked up his IMDb. He don't really have a whole lot of projects coming up. He said that he wouldn't want to be... Here's the other thing. He said that he wouldn't want to be in a remake of a movie he loved. But these kind of comments get me thinking, like, well, Kevin Feige, if he really wants him and wants to bring us that authentic-looking Wolverine, the right height, the right attitude, I think Kevin Feige would talk to this young man and convince him that this movie, oh no, it's not a remake. And this role, oh no, it's not going to be the Hugh Jackman Wolverine that you're doing. You're going to come in and you're going to be my Wolverine. You're not going to be Harry Potter anymore. You're going to freaking snick it, gun akimbo style. Guns akimbo style. I haven't seen that movie, but I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you. Radcliffe too big for Wolverine, and we need someone with a less demanding schedule. I don't think that he has a very demanding schedule. That's the thing, is I don't think he has a very demanding schedule. But no, he's not too big. Radcliffe, I think, is like, what is he like? Isn't he like 5'6", 5'7"? Radcliffe's a short dude. Now here's the thing, is what version of Wolverine are you going after? Because we used to be told that he was like 5'4", and now you go look at his stats, it's saying that he's 5'7". 5'7"? So, I don't know. Carl Urban as Wolverine, please no. No. I like Carl Urban, but, yeah. Will MCU make Ms. Marvel a new Avenger or young Avenger? I think she'll be a young Avenger. Definitely young Avenger. Captain Marvel is screwed because her dynamic with Black Panther on the new Avengers is great, but we know what happened there. And her Cap and Iron Man rivalry can't happen either. Right. Well, I think it still can. Or do you mean too big for Wolverine as in too big of a name? I just thought of that. I think they're going to bring T'Challa from a different universe. Maybe eventually. I want them to start X-Men with the story from X-Men #1. Original crew is kidnapped, and Professor gathers all new guys to get them. Then Beast goes to the Avengers, just like the book. That would be interesting. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, Tatiana, yeah. X-Men Giant Size #1, yeah. But I guess Logan is Harry. Yeah, he is Harry. Yeah. New plan. Nakia as leader, M'Baku as Black Panther, and Shuri stays as Royal Techmaker and Queen. Yeah, why not? It's temporary. I need T'Challa. Yeah, we do need T'Challa. And that just sucks too, because he was such a great T'Challa, man. Close to the scale of Harry Potter. Yeah, he hasn't. And Harry Potter is where he really got his start at. So, like, it's about time. Or Nakia, because I think both... I need someone that Captain Marvel can bounce off of. Yeah, Nakia would be good. I think Nakia would be good. Who's... Since... Oh. I mean, a big name. He's a star. Yeah. Okay, yeah. And I said, I guess Logan is Harry. Yeah, Logan is Harry. Yeah, that's funny. If any cat movie for the MCU is not Secret Wars, what would you want it to be? Secret Empire. Secret Empire. All the way. Because Secret Empire, I'm telling you, Secret Empire gives them the perfect way to reboot. Perfect way to reboot. Perfect way to reboot the whole universe. And here's the thing is, they could reboot the whole universe and keep some of the same people. If they brought in younger talent by that time, they could still do that. Yeah. But anyway, guys, we're going to end the stream here. Thank you all so much for being here today. Let me know, we went over some of the comic books earlier. If you guys are picking up any comic books, let me know down in the comments below. Let me know your hype level for WandaVision and all these other shows. And like I said, I'm going to reach out to my man Chillmonger, see if I can get him here on the show on Wednesday morning. And, I guess at that point we'll have a good high quality guest for you all, and it'll be very, very good, and hopefully a very good stream. But anyway, you all have a very good day. Have a great rest of your week. Make sure that you go check out my good friends over at the Den of Nerds live, as I'm sure they're probably live and I am missing all the cool stuff that they're talking about. You have a good day, and we'll see you in the next video.